Imagine being transported to the surface of the moon. Every rocky detail is so vivid you could reach out and touch it. Imagine shrinking down and walking alongside a dinosaur, its thunderous footsteps shaking the ground beneath you. Or envision yourself in a futuristic cityscape, looking up at towering skyscrapers as flying cars zip by overhead. These are not fantasies or scenes from a movie. They are experiences made possible by the coming virtual reality revolution. A seismic shift is underway that will shatter our perception of what is real and change the way we experience the world forever. For decades, virtual reality, or VR, existed only in the realm of science fiction. Rudimentary headsets, clunky controls and low resolution visuals prevented it from becoming truly immersive or widespread, but rapid advancements in optics, displays, sensors, and computer processing power are now bringing virtual worlds to life before our eyes. The first major milestone was the Oculus Rift headset Kickstarter project in 2012, which captured the world's imagination about the potential of modern VR. Since then, tech giants like Google, Sony, HTC, Apple and Samsung have raced to deliver their own premium VR systems. Within the next few years, immersive virtual reality will become widely accessible and affordable for consumers. So how exactly does this virtual reality work? The key is tricking the human visual system into thinking it is seeing and experiencing a world that doesn't exist. The human eyes work much like two tiny cameras, each capturing a slightly different angle. The images from both eyes are then combined by the brain into one unified 3D visualization of the world around us. VR headsets have two tiny screens, one for each eye, that individually display a perspective matched to that eye's viewpoint of the virtual environment. But sight alone is not enough for true immersion. Our senses of hearing, motion, even balance and spatial awareness must also be convinced. VR headsets come equipped with surround sound audio systems to make sounds appear to come from any direction. Their motion sensors precisely track every movement of the head to shift your first-person view in real time. Some can even recreate acceleration forces and centrifugal motion to mimic the feeling of falling or being pulled in different directions. The final piece of the VR puzzle is interactivity. Hand sensors and controllers map your hand and body movements into the virtual world, allowing you to manipulate objects, walk around, and interact naturally with the digital environment. The potential applications of virtual reality stretch far beyond just gaming or entertainment. Its uses could fundamentally reshape many fields and professions. Like architects could virtually walk through and experience buildings or cityscapes still on the drawing board. Engineers could prototype and iterate on new products entirely in virtual space before a single physical mock-up. Doctors could practice high-risk surgeries in a risk-free simulated operating room. Sports teams could thoroughly analyze game footage from every conceivable angle. Art and museum collections could be explored by anyone from anywhere in the world. And that's just scratching the surface. As VR systems advance, their ability to seamlessly blend physical and digital worlds will usher in the era of augmented reality, or AR. Imagine overlaying virtual displays of information or navigation routes over real-world views through AR glasses or contacts. In the near future, we may see their capabilities taken to the extreme, with sensors, holograms, and force fields simulating virtual objects down to the molecular level, allowing us to interact with them as if they were truly tangible. Revolutionary as this sounds, there is an innate human fear that must be overcome. The more realistic and encompassing VR becomes, the more disorienting the experience of waking from its simulations could potentially be. We instinctively crave the familiarity and constancy of the real world around us. But the question of what is truly real has haunted philosophers for centuries. Our entire sensory experience of the universe is merely an electrical conversation happening between our brain and the external environment. Our senses are inherently limited. We only see a narrow band of the electromagnetic spectrum and cannot directly perceive the quantum fields underlying all matter and energy. In other words, we already live in a virtual reality simulation, constrained by the capabilities of the human mind and body. Advancing VR simply gives us new eyes, new senses, and new ways to explore and comprehend the true reality underlying our own. How might this expanded virtual canvas change our perception of ourselves and the universe around us? Could experiencing impossible scenarios like flying or inhabiting another form reshape the human psyche? And if we accept these virtual worlds as tangible as the physical ones around us, how might that alter our relationship with reality itself? We stand at the precipice of fulfilling one of humanity's oldest dreams, to transcend the boundaries and limitations of the physical world. From the first crude cave drawings to modern 3D computer graphics, humans have continually reinvented their relationship with the simulated realm. Virtual reality will shatter our perceived constraints of space, physics, and time itself, and offer unparalleled creative canvases. It may transform education, making learning an adventure through time and across existence rather than an abstract collection of facts. We could forge profound new understandings of everything from astrophysics to cell biology through interactive study and experiential learning in perfectly recreated environments. Travel and exploration could be infinitely expanded, virtually transporting ourselves to the most distant corners of the universe. VR's most profound impact, however, may be on the nature of consciousness and reality itself. As we increasingly accept simulated experiences indistinguishable from the physical world as valid, the line between real and virtual could begin to blur and even dissolve entirely. Will we ultimately conclude that all of reality as we know it is but one of an infinite number of simulated possibilities, ripples in a cosmic ocean of information and existence? Or might VR open doors to realms and planes of existence our ancestors could scarcely dream of and reshape our place among them? For the next step of humanity's experiential evolution, the truth may turn out to be far stranger than any fiction. One thing is certain, virtual reality will be nothing short of a revolution, not just for our technology, but for our species' very perception of the universe around us.